Welcome to Married to His Will. I'm Suzette Williams, your host, a licensed professional counselor in Georgia and nationally certified. Whether this is your first time or you've been with me for a while, I'm truly grateful you're here. This podcast is a space for inspiration, healing, and truth, where faith meets real life. I love weaving in clinical insights along with personal stories to encourage and uplift you on your journey with God. If you're new, be sure to check out Season 1, Episode 1, where I share my testimony. It's a powerful reminder that God doesn't just want to save you from hell, He wants to see you thrive in Him. Since walking through my divorce, I've discovered a deeper understanding of who I am and who I'm becoming in Christ. And yes, to my future husband, if you're listening, may you find me right where God has positioned me, in His presence. I'm so excited for what's ahead, and I'm thankful for every listener who's joined me on this journey, and for those who are just getting started. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this blesses you, and check out the description for updates or extra info. Let's dive into today's episode. I pray it blesses you. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? I'm so happy to be back with another episode of Married to His Will. Listen, I feel like I need to catch y'all up and get y'all up to speed with what's going on in my life, because it's been a while, right? Maybe a while. No, it hasn't been that long, but y'all know I like to be on here. I love to share with you. Sharing is caring, right? So welcome back to this channel, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening through Spotify, Amazon, the different places you get your podcast, Apple Podcast. I'm all over the platforms, so you can find me in different places. So I want to thank you in advance. If you're a new listener and if you've told your friends about me, I want to thank you in advance for just sharing the word that Suzette Williams is here sharing her story, and someone may need a testimony to help them get along their day. I'm here to help you become unstuck. All of us have been stuck once or twice in our lives, maybe in different areas. We're stuck on something or want to get out of something and it feels hard to get out of, or we're trapped in our own minds because we can't see any other way when it comes to something. So I'm here. I've created this channel. I created this podcast, which stems from my divorce, but more so to help you not stay stuck in a place like it felt like I was. If you don't know my backstory, you can certainly check out the other episodes from the beginning, episode 1, where I talk about my journey. I was still in the middle of growing, and I'm constantly growing. And so if I've said something on any one of these episodes that you don't agree with, or just sounds really off, or just sounds like someone who is not healed or whole, that's because I probably wasn't healed or whole. And I am walking this journey out like many of you are, trying to figure out what God requires of me, trying to figure out who I am all the time. I can say I am more confident about who I am now than I was then. I know the Lord led me on this journey. He led me to this space to really help someone else. The Bible does say we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. It's my endeavor to encourage another believer, to encourage those who aren't even saved, those who may not attribute themselves to Christianity, but whoever can benefit from this, I hope you are benefiting from it. I'm a licensed professional counselor in the mental health field, right, in the state of Georgia. I'm here as a resource to help you as I am unfolding my journey. There's so many layers to peel of a person and so many layers for you to discover about yourself. So don't ever put yourself in a box thinking you have arrived and you know who you are completely. I have a baseline for who I am. I am a woman of God. Actually, I'm wearing a shirt that says woman of worth. I am a woman of worth, a woman of value. I came from a family that have experienced a little dysfunction, even though for the most part, I've always seen my home of origin as a place of stability. I have very loving parents who are still together today. They're 54 they've been married for maybe 55 years. I probably lost count, but I know the last time I celebrated them it was 54 years. So it could be 54, 55 years married. And they're getting up in age, but I'm so grateful for them, for Winston Williams and Elsie Williams. They are the biggest influences of who I am. And I'm grateful for them and for the examples they've been for me. I came from a place called Jamaica in a little place called Bull Bay. I was born in Jubilee Hospital with a twin. Suzanne came first and then I came. I'm the last of the tribe, okay? I'm the last of the Williams tribe from my parents. They started out with a son, but the son died at birth. And then Cherie came, and Cherie is my sister and beautiful soul. She passed away in 2015 from brain hemorrhage and doing what she loves, worshiping the Lord. She moved on from this earth into eternity. That's the whole story. But I'm grateful that she was doing the last thing that she's known for, which is to lead others in worship. And to this day, I am very influenced by her life. I myself am a worship pastor, and I enjoy leading a team of beautiful worshipers. And we sing to the Lord every day, every Sunday. We do our rehearsals, and we do it with excellence, and we thank the Lord or with improvement, right? Every day we're making progress. So I'm grateful for the team I have. I'm grateful for the skills that the Lord has given me, the talents that He's blessed me with, and for how He's anointed me. Because not only do I have skills, but I am anointed for the work that He's given me to do, not just as a therapist, but as a pastor, a worship pastor. So that's a little bit of nutshell of kind of what I do and who I am. I'm a mom of six beautiful people. Three of them are boys and three of them are girls. Two of them are of which are men. You know, I have a son who's 21, another who's 18, another who's 17, turning 18 in December. And I have three girls. One is turning 16, one is turning 14, and I have one that just turned 7 years old. Indeed, I have my hands full. My life is full. But with all the things I've gained and all the things I've lost, I still remain to be Suzette Williams, the one who God has called to do His work, His assignment that He put in my hand, and to build the kingdom of God. And while I'm here, I hope I'm making a difference. And while I'm making a difference, I still have my moments of suffering. I actually wanted to talk about dating with wisdom. How do you date as a mom, a single mom, right? How do you date? How do I date with six people who I'm responsible for, who I'm trying to get some of them independent. I'm trying to keep some of them grounded with where they are, still in school, and still rearing up a younger one, which is 7. How do I do it? I seek help. I'm in therapy. I'm doing divorce care. I'm taking care of myself first, right? I'm doing divorce care. I'm sorry, it's a little loud outside, so I don't know if everybody will hear all the sound, but I chose to do this at the time where someone is mowing my lawn. Yeah, good timing, right? So it might be loud, but I think Riverside can help me with that. So you may not hear all that noise. But yeah, my life is pretty full. I have a business. I'm a licensed professional counselor, as I said, so I own a practice, and my practice is online. One of the things I struggle to do is to do commit to all the different ideas to make changes, because when I've settled into a routine, and of course my life can come with anything can happen. You know, I have my children who have needs, and every now and then I feel like I'm always having to do the best job or do something different as a mom to be the best mom I can be. So while I'm thinking of wanting to be the best mom, the challenge for me is to dive into making changes in my business. Like, how do I make this change and not lose out, right? I'm so used to just my clients coming to me. I add them to my schedule. You know, I have a routine with my business. So thinking about leveraging my business, you know, building it up, doing more workshops. It's just so much easier when things are already set and someone does the behind the scenes work while I do what I have to do. Because honestly, I haven't found the time to get to know constant contact and develop that. Like, I just don't have the time to do the little things that are annoying me that I should do. Like, how do I make it bigger? How do I make it better? I know I need to do it, but do I feel like doing it? I wanna grow, and I wanna increase my business. I wanna make more money. And that's where my struggle is, like finding the time to do all the things that is in my mind to do. And so, yeah, even with my income, I use certain platforms to budget and to help me with that. And I cut out what I need to cut out. And sometimes it feels like it's still overwhelming, depending on my business, and having to work as much as I need to work to make enough money on a monthly basis. So yes, I want to make more. Like, even this podcast, I could be pushing it a little more. I could promote this a little more. And so I asked myself, what is stopping me from doing the bigger thing? And I think sometimes it's just me. I'm either tired or doing too much. And I'm always evaluating what I should be doing, what I'm not doing right. And so when I get to a place where I'm ever overwhelmed, I just sit there, eat what I want to eat, and I talk to the Lord and I say, you take the reins, Lord. Today I'm doing what I want to do. Today I can't even stick to anything because it's my day off, like on a Friday. Today's actually Friday, and I have no clients today. I had my own therapy appointment today with my therapist, and it was lovely. I love my therapist. Let me tell you, he's on BetterHelp. I work on BetterHelp as well, along with my business. And so I get to do self care. I get to have my own therapy as well. And I found a therapist that is an older white male, close to 90. He's like 89 years old. And I'm so surprised at how much I gained from being in therapy with this person. We have a lovely rapport, and he does a great job. And I'm just so surprised. I gained so much from this therapist because I'm open minded and willing to learn. And he seems to get me. Old white male. Not what I expected. But he's good at what he does. And I wanted somebody that was much more seasoned than I was. And I got just that. And so I've talked to him about everything from my children to dating to my own feelings of guilt to everything I am dealing with. And I feel like in the process, I've become so much stronger as a person. And he said today, wow, I've seen you talk even differently. Like, I see where you were and where you are now, and you have grown. And I have acknowledged how much I've grown as well. I had so many topics that I could have talked about today, but today I wanted to just speak from my heart personally, just to do so. This has always been a platform of healing. It's a part of my healing journey. And so when I share, and I look back at all that the Lord has done, I'm grateful. So I decided to date. And for me, it's dating on purpose. It's not necessarily why I want to talk to so many people to get information about them and then decide that I don't want them. But basically, that's what dating includes, kind of fishing for what's right. I asked the Lord about going on a dating app several times because there's this dance or this balance between, should I be doing anything because the Lord has made a promise to me? What is my part, right? So along the way, I'm learning what's the right way to go about things. So I said, let me go on a dating app. If it's distracting, I come off, right? If it's overwhelming, I take a break. And so I've had several conversations. And I also limit the amount of time I spend on the dating app as far as like how long I'm going to pay for this. If it's 1 month, I'm sticking to 1 month. Okay. And I'm not going to invest money in this for too long. So I went on Match.com. I've had a date on Match.com before. I think I told you about that date where the restaurant was on fire. That was so funny. But I said, I'm not going to let that stop me. So I went back again. I've had several conversations. I can tell right away that I'm not hearing the sound of my husband. I'm not hearing the character of my husband. And I went on eHarmony, which I forgot that I had a subscription with eHarmony. I wasn't paying for eHarmony, but I've been on there. I've actually had a couple messages or one message on there from 2023. I'm like, I've been on this app for so long, I had no idea. Anyway, I came back to the app and I was liked by someone and we started talking, and this person is not even close by. And I'm looking forward to getting to know this person. But so far, this person sounds like a potential, sounds like there are characters there that remind me of what my husband or what I think my husband will have. And so I'm seeing where it goes. And I'm listening out. I feel the Lord helping me in my journey so much, whether it's just for this season when I'm learning how to navigate the relationships, or He's just going to send someone to me straight to my church or somewhere. I am taking opportunities to get to know different men and see where God takes it. And so there's a couple of them I'm talking to outside from the app, and I already know I don't think they're the ones. I can tell. I just have this gut. Actually met up, not met up, but I had a phone conversation with one person. From the app, I figured maybe it wouldn't go anywhere, but I said, let me talk to this person. And I talked to the person, and immediately, like, my anxiety was on 10. This person was combating every word I said. And it was so obvious he was narcissistic. And he was speaking from his own experiences and there's a big filter because he was like, women ask me that all the time. And they want to ask me what I do as if it's more important than you could ask me all these other questions. So I'm like, okay, he wants to control the conversation. I'm like, bye, sir. I'm done. So immediately I know, no, I'm not about to be with somebody who is hung up on every little word I say and don't know how to communicate effectively. So I'm going to get out of anything that gives me any clue that you have any narcissism, because I'm not about to deal with a narcissist. Not in this life. Okay? So, needless to say, it's a journey. And I don't let it bother me. I'm like, okay, I'm learning more as I go along. People can be crazy. And I feel I feel like I've really grown. I feel like I don't operate I'm not dating from a place of desperation. I really am not. Like, I feel like I'm getting myself together and there's still some struggle, real struggles, especially financially. I think that's where I'm trying to get over that point where I everything is just paid for and I'm not worried about anything. That's the point I'm getting to. And I feel like I've become better at managing anxiety, financial anxiety. I've really become better at that. I really have. I'm learning how to negotiate. I'm learning how to deal with things, confront things right away that are difficult and uncomfortable for me. So changes are happening and I'm celebrating them. I'm getting to know people and I'm getting to know myself in the process, and I'm happy with it. How are you dating, and are you dating with wisdom? Are you? Are you dating with wisdom? I've decided that that's the best thing for me to do, date with wisdom. I do have some notes here because it was important that I still prepare for you, right? Even though I'm speaking from my heart. In dating with wisdom, you can be strong and focused and still feel a sense of loneliness, right? And it's not a sin to feel lonely. It's just a part of being human. So if you're going to be real with yourself, acknowledge that you feel lonely and you want to have a partner. That's okay. Loneliness can make us want to settle. It can make us listen to smooth talk instead of godly character. It can make us think maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I need to be more open. No, sis, you're not too much. You're the blessing. So don't think that you have to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's mold. Don't think that way. I would say if you're big, then you need somebody bigger. Okay, you do not have to shrink yourself at all. We want there to be more wisdom over emotions. It's so easy to get tied up with emotional responses and not really go towards wisdom, that wise brain. Proverbs 4, verse 7 says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. Wisdom doesn't rush, wisdom doesn't need constant reassurance. Wisdom knows that attraction is not alignment. Okay? So don't just go based on feelings. That's not enough, honey. It's not enough. Ask yourself, does this relationship bring me clarity or confusion? I tell you, I know when I'm getting confused. And I have to be like, okay, nah, that's not it. I'm going to trust my gut with that one. Do I feel safe? Do I feel seen and spiritually supported by this person? Am I being led by peace or pressure? Which one? Wisdom waits. I think I've said this before. It does wait and it doesn't rush. Wisdom builds. The one thing that will rush us into a relationship is lust. Lust rushes and lust breaks relationships. Dating while momming. I'm a mom. How are you dating while you're a mom? You're a mom. Real talk, life logistics. You're raising kids, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 6 like me. You're working, you're tired, and you can't afford to invite chaos into your home, right? So how do you date while momming? While you're a mom? Protecting your emotional space is important. So the first thing you want to do when dating with wisdom is to not introduce your kids to every man you talk to. Don't do it. You need to definitely protect your emotional space like it's part of your home. And you want to filter men, not by their charm, but by their fruit. What fruit do you see? If he's not spiritual, if he's not spiritually mature, emotionally stable, and financially responsible, he's not a fit. Not because you're judging, but because you're guarding what God gave you. You want what God gave you. So don't introduce your kids to every man you talk to. You need to protect your emotional space. You need to filter those men by their fruit, not by their charm. And again, if he's not spiritually mature, emotionally stable, or financially responsible, he's not a fit. He might just not be ready. It may not be the right timing. So you want to really guard what God gave you. And remember, you are not disqualified because you have maybe a little extra baggage, right? The enemy loves to whisper, you have too much baggage. He loves to say, no man is going to want you with all those kids. You should just be happy someone wants you. Don't listen to the lies. Those are all lies. They're not the truth. You are not broken. You are becoming. You're not desperate. You are discerning. You are not behind. You are being prepared. You are a whole woman who deserves whole love. Listen to me. Let's say that again. You are a whole woman who deserves whole love. Do you hear what I'm saying? So when the enemy is telling you these things that you have too much baggage or no man is going to want you, that's the lie. Repeat this with me. I'm not broken. I am becoming. I'm not desperate. I am discerning. I am not behind. I am being prepared. I am a whole woman who deserves whole love. I want you to repeat that again and again. Remind yourself, I don't care what you come with. You are still becoming who you need to become. I'm not broken. I'm not desperate. I'm not behind. I'm becoming, I'm discerning, and I'm prepared. I am being prepared. I'm actually going to be doing some workshops. I'm going to be working more with women. I really want to do some workshops. I'm trying to do this, guys. It's been on my mind for so long. I do some workshops for veterans right now through a company, but I'm trying to increase the amount of workshops I do. That's one of the things I'm doing to leverage myself and my business, and that I have not gotten to yet. And so I really want to do a workshop on whole, wise, and worthy dating after divorce, or for Christian moms. I want to help you. I've been helping myself. We got to get real about red flags, emotional healing, and choosing peace over pressure. I've shared myself today about where I'm coming from. I talked about my parents. I talked about so many things, my children, the struggle, and how important it is to date wisely. Maybe you don't even know what believe in dating, but it's not even something to believe in. It's something that happens. You are going to get to probably encounter different people, and at that time you're gathering data as to what is good for you and what's not good for you. So don't get hung up on terms about whether you date or don't date. You got to get to know somebody, unless you plan to just poof get married, and maybe that's just what's going to happen for you. It's possible, but on a more common basis, people need to get to know the person they're marrying. Too many people, especially Christians, who can be sometimes gullible, fall into traps and rush things and end up being very sorry later on. You have to accept that you are a human being and you need time to process things and understand what you're getting yourself into. I think that's just wise. So if you found this content appealing, interesting, even if you didn't like the content and you think someone else could use it, or you may have something negative to say, whatever, we welcome your feedback. I welcome your feedback. Drop me a comment, like, share, help a sister. Let this podcast grow. And I have a little promo video I'm going to add here for my friend Kashmire K, because I really want to have her on my platform very soon, back to this platform to have an interview with me to talk about her book, Ruby Slippers. So I'm going to insert that video in here, and I hope you enjoy. And look out for a link for that, how to purchase her book. I'm definitely wanting to do that. Hello. Listen, I'm here because I just received a package from my friend, Kashmire K, and it's a package with her book, and I'm so excited to show y'all what's inside. Okay, so that's the package that came in. It's nice red envelope. She put a lot of effort into making sure the packaging was great. Shout out to Kashmire K. So this pen just came out. This is the pen that's in it, a red ruby pen. Before I show you all I'm going to show you all the book first. So this is the book. Okay, now look at my nails, they're not done. Ruby Slippers, Awaken to the Power Within by Kashmire K. I'll see that. Yes, powerful. And she wrote me a little note in the book. So excited. May God continue to unearth your treasure. Love you. I love you too, Kashmire. And let's see. She acknowledged me in the book here. My little blurb here in her book. Suzettedblount, LPC. I'm Suzette Williams now, but this book was written before. Okay? I'm excited about this. And guess what? I'm going to have her back on my podcast to talk about this. And then also, along with the pen and the book, is also this wonderful bookmark, and it's like metallic. It's pretty cool. Putting it right inside the book. Yes, it's really beautiful. Has Ruby picture on there. I think it's a lovely addition to the book. And look at this, y'all. This takes the cake. This is a pin. Ruby Slippers pin. I'm like, that is so cute. Taking it out of the little package. So cute. So cute. I mean, pin it on. So cute. Definitely should wear this during our podcast meeting together. That is so cute. These are lovely gifts along with the book, and it's autographed by her. I'm so excited. And there's a sticker in there with the Ruby Slippers, and it has a message on it. You had the power all along. So these are my gifts, y'all, along with the book Ruby Slippers by Kashmire K. I just wanted to tell y'all about it because I'm excited about it. I want to read it, and I'm excited to have her on my podcast. So look out for that soon. And stay tuned for more from me, yours truly, Suzette Williams. I love sharing here. Sharing is caring. But remember, in everything you're doing, that wisdom is the principal thing, right? We want to seek wisdom. We want to pursue it. We want to live with wisdom in all that we do. And with all that I've said today, I pray that it encouraged you. And no matter what you're going through, I pray that you remain married to His will. God bless you. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Married to His Will. Whether you're in a season of clarity or confusion, joy or surrender, I want to remind you, choosing to align with His will isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Every step of obedience, every moment of trust is shaping you for something greater than you can imagine. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey today. If this episode spoke to your heart, take a moment to share it with someone who might need the reminder they're not walking alone. Until next time, keep leaning in, keep showing up, and keep saying yes to the journey, even when it doesn't make sense. Because when you're married to His will, you're anchored in something eternal. Stay faithful, stay expectant, and I'll see you next time.